welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Bucci.
Oh, gosh.
What is going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. Pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Oh, geez, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there? Hey, big guy.
Hey, that's Jim Deezy.
Hey.
I'm the big guy. I think you said my name.
I did.
Yeah.
What's
How about
up?
that? We are live on YouTube and Facebook.
All the big techie places.
Oh, yeah. Where else do you want to be right now?
Yeah, honestly.
So, Jim Deezy, today we're doing a new segment. It's called What Do You Think About? And we're going to go over 3 actors.
Okay.
So we're going to start with one, talk about him for a while, go to number 2.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
First up, what do you think about Vin Diesel?
Which version? There's the Riddick version and there's the Fast and Furious version.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah. I liked him better as the Riddick version. When he was like, could see in the dark really well and all that good stuff.
So the movie Pitch Black.
Yeah. Just watched it the other day, so this is a pretty good topic.
Really?
Yeah.
You watched Pitch Black just the other day?
I did. I just watched it.
You know, what actually made me think of this topic is you told me you watched Bloodshot.
Yes, and I watched Bloodshot. And the story's pretty far-fetched, but it fits Vin Diesel the less he has to talk during a movie, the better.
So he doesn't talk much in Pitch Black, and that's your favorite Vin Diesel movie.
It's probably one of my favorite Vin Diesel movies. He's just a character on just killing people.
Yeah, so I guess let's give some background on Vin Diesel. First time we saw him in a movie that I remember was Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
That was probably the last time he was in a good movie.
Yeah, I pretty much his only real line was, "I really love that guy." Talking about Tom Hanks as his leader.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a major profile movie, and then from there he just did action movie after action movie. You mentioned Pitch Black.
Yep.
Did you see the sequels to Pitch Black?
I did see the second one to Pitch Black.
Which is Chronicles of Riddick?
Yes.
Where they went all outer space and
Yes.
multiple planets and different species. And
It's kind of like I don't know. It'd be like if Sigourney Weaver all of a sudden could see at night. It's kind of like that kind of a feel to it.
Yeah.
Man, that wind is crazy. You hear that in the background?
I think they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just 60-mile-an-hour wind. So he did another Pitch Black years later, which was kind of like a return to the original concept of being stranded on a planet with these aliens. Yeah, it was better. But.
He did a movie, too, where he went to, it was like Mars, something on Mars or something, where he was on a train car or something, if I remember right, too, that was another one of those movies where he didn't talk a lot.
Okay. How about Triple X?
I saw that, and where he's like the Russian mob or something, I don't know, something to do with all that. But yeah, not a fan of that one.
Yeah, that was an attempt to do like James Bond,
Yeah.
but he's like an X Games guy.
Yeah,
Lots of,
not cool.
yeah.
Not cool.
So obviously Fast and the Furious is probably what he's most famous for.
Just not a Fast and Furious guy. I'm sorry. Some of the stuff that they do in these movies is ridiculous. And if you believe that it's true that you can really jump a car into a building or whatever out of a car parking, you're dumb.
You're living under a rock.
Yes. Tokyo Drift. You can't do that stuff with cars. You can't.
Well, you can drift.
Yeah, a little bit. These guys are drifting like, I don't know, the length of a football field. And
So then, Bloodshot.
Bloodshot was like they inject him with
Nanites.
Yes, nanites. And he gets shot, and it fixes his body, and he's got superhuman strength, and yeah,
it's a superhero, but it's kind of like the Punisher. He kind of kills people, and he's like indestructible.
And they keep he's got software or whatever in his brain, and they can kind of dictate what he thinks and what's going on, and then he figures out at the end. Spoiler alert that.
So, talking about all these movies, what's your general opinion of Vin Diesel as an actor, as a celebrity, as any thoughts?
He comes off as like he's in good shape, so he's like that big muscular guy they throw into the movie is he in good shape still, or is he that guy who was in good shape? No, he seemed like he was in pretty good shape in the one movie he was just in. So
Bloodshot.
Yeah, he seemed in pretty good shape in that. But he, I don't know, man. It's tough to watch a movie when he's just like, family. Like, okay, what? Like, they do keep his lines pretty simple in most movies.
Speaking of which, we didn't mention he is the voice of Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. Talk about keeping lines simple. He says 3 words: "I am Groot."
He probably got paid $1 million for that.
Oh, I bet.
Why can't we land a role like that?
Well, you could audition for it right now.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
I am Groot.
I don't remember him laughing so much, but yeah, that was the gist of it. So my thoughts on Vin Diesel: he's a one-note actor. He's always the same guy.
I was just gonna say his voice never changes for any movie.
He doesn't
his
change
character
how he looks.
Yeah,
it's always a tight black T-shirt or a wife beater shirt. There's no variety. It's Vin Diesel. That's what you get.
You can take the trailer out of the park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the person.
Okay.
Thought of the day.
And I think the worst thing that ever happened to Vin Diesel was to be in a movie with The Rock. Because the two of them next to each other, you always thought, oh, these guys are similar. No.
No.
The Rock is twice as big.
Yeah.
Twice the charisma.
And he actually can carry a dialogue in a movie.
Yeah, he can act.
Yeah. He can sing. He can act. He can wrestle. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question, what do you think about Vin Diesel? Not so great.
Mediocre.
Mediocre talent. All right.
Yeah.
So next up, what do you think of Reese Witherspoon?
Okay, I'm not going to say anything bad about Reese Witherspoon because Melly Mel's is here in the building. And I'm going to say multi-talented, can do drama, can do comedy. She also had a show on HBO or something that they were doing too with
Apple TV.
Or Apple TV. Yeah, it was like an all-star cast too.
The morning show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her and Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yes. Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. Yeah.
I was going to say, the morning show, I watched the first season. It is very good, and she's really good in it. I don't know a lot of her other movies, so...
Sweet Home Alabama is probably one of her most notorious movies she did.
Notorious, you say?
As in Felony Melanie. That's her nickname in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, she was always in trouble with the law, I guess, when she was younger. It's like a love story kind of movie.
But so you're using notorious because her character. Yeah, there's nothing controversial about the movie.
No. Yeah, she's done a couple other movies with.
Well, Legally Blonde.
Yes, and then there is another one she does with where she's like a nurse or a doctor, and she dies, and then she sees what's going on around. Or no, somebody dies or lives with her in her apartment or something. I don't know. It's another love story movie. Can't remember the name of it, but
Don't know that one.
But she seems to do a lot of those movies.
Well, you know what she does that has kind of taken her to the next level in Hollywood is she's also a producer, so she can make movies happen. So she can get the good roles because she's, behind it.
I have nothing bad to say about her. Every movie I've ever seen her in, she's a good character, great actress.
Oh, yeah. So the concept here isn't let's trash people. The concept is, what do you think about Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah. I was a little hard on Vin Diesel, though.
Oh, yeah. I expected that. Vin Diesel is garbage.
Trash.
He lives under a rock.
Not even a scented trash bag, just a trash bag.
So I remember Reese Witherspoon in the movie Election. Did you see that movie?
Who is in that with her?
That's Matthew Broderick is a high school teacher, and Reese Witherspoon is the overachiever girl in the class who's super smart and annoys the heck out of him. She runs for school office.
Ah, yes, I remember this movie now. Yes.
And Matthew Broderick tries to tip the election machine away from her favor. He just doesn't like her.
I remember her first movie that I ever saw with her in it was the movie with Mark Wahlberg, where Mark Wahlberg is like a crazy later, maybe 18, 19 teenager kind of in the movie where he's like nuts.
Talking about Fear?
Fear, yes, where he's like stalking her.
All right. That was her in Fear.
Was it her? Yeah, she's in it with Mark Wahlberg. I think Alyssa Milano's in that movie too. Like they're all younger, and like the guy from the CSI shows is in there too. He's the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Pretty dark character for Mark Wahlberg in that movie, but
is it?
Yeah, it's true. He kind of is.
At the time, he was in trouble. Now he was notorious.
Yeah. He's got street cred.
He's got arrests on his record.
But yeah, Reese is in that. Yeah, she's a younger person in that movie.
Okay. I guess I didn't remember her in that movie. So overall, what do you think on Reese Witherspoon?
Good direction, good character, evolves with the times.
Evolves with the times.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, next up. What do you think about Jamie Foxx? What?
You can't say anything bad about the guy.
Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going.
Now, listen, the guy can act.
Yeah.
He can do action movies.
Yeah.
He can do serious movies. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
I mean,
He can sing.
Yeah, he's got his Ray Charles movie.
Oh, Ray.
Come on.
He's the number one that does it for Ray.
Yeah. The dude's palate is wide open.
Wide open palate.
Dropping some gems on the show today.
I don't know if you bought a thesaurus over the weekend or what happened here.
Yeah, that's right.
So among that palette, let's start at the beginning. I think In Living Color, the TV show, was probably his breakthrough.
Yeah. Holy man, I forgot about In Living Color, man. We're going back a ways.
And In Living Color obviously led to a bunch of comedy movies with the Wayans brothers. Right? Wasn't he one of the dumb white chicks?
Yeah, I don't know. Was he?
I think he was.
Yeah, he might have been.
All right. So one of us should have done research. I don't know who, but I'm guessing you didn't know the topic till you got here, so it was probably me.
Listen, all I know is he's been in like movies with like every megastar out there.
Yes.
I mean, Tom Cruise. He did the movie where he's the cab driver.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that movie. That is a great movie.
Awesome movie.
I've seen a couple of Jamie Foxx movies recently. One of them was The Kingdom. The Kingdom is a movie where he's part of the military, and they're in Saudi Arabia. It's kind of like all about the Saudi Arabian politics and why we're there and why they're so important because, oil, money, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah. And I think he actually gets into some of the directing on some of these movies now too, doesn't he?
I don't know that he's directed. I can't say that.
He should.
All right. Another thing, he's, if he doesn't star in a movie, he makes really good cameos. Thinking Horrible Bosses.
Oh, yes.
Where he's only in it briefly.
Yeah.
But he's the criminal expert.
Yes.
Using air quotes.
Yeah.
That they go to figure out how they're going to get rid of their bosses.
Yeah. That's a great movie.
And then he goes back for the sequel, Horrible Bosses 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's great in that. He's, just pop in, do a couple of scenes, nail it, get out of town. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
How about the movie Baby Driver? Did you see that movie?
I did see the movie, and his character, good.
Yeah.
Movie, not so much.
You didn't like that movie?
Not as much.
Really?
Just, I don't know, man. You get into some of these driving movies, and they kind of feel like a ripoff of some of the other driving movies that have been out there.
I would say, besides the fact that I thought that tree was going to get blown out of the ground.
Folks, I wish you could hear how loud the wind is outside right now in the studio. It's insane.
But Baby Driver, I think one of the things about it was it was heavily edited to the music because the kid didn't talk and he just listened to music.
Yeah.
So all the editing, all the chase scenes, everything was tied to music in a way that I don't think any movie's ever really done that before.
I can live with that.
So it was kind of a groundbreaking film, and Jamie Foxx, again, not like the main guy, but he's awesome in it.
Every movie I've seen with him in it, and I don't remember all of them, but they've always been phenomenal. He went deep on that Django Unchained movie. Oh my God. I remember watching that. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah. That's a good one to bring up. Yep. Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino.
Straight into the character.
Yeah. Now you talk about, so working with good directors, I always bring that up as a sign when you've got a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Vin Diesel worked with Spielberg on Saving Private Ryan, and then never worked with a good director again. Right?
I can remember watching the video clip where they talked about how Jamie Foxx got the role for the Ray Charles movie, and then wasn't it he was sitting in there with the director or producer of the movie, and the guy was like, that's our guy right there.
I bet, sure.
Because he knocked it right out of the park, the audition for it.
Yeah. And so the movie Collateral with Tom Cruise, and he also did Miami Vice with Colin Farrell. Those were both directed by Michael Mann, who's one of my favorite directors. Great director. So that's, when you get that kind of...
I forgot about the Miami Vice movie.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good.
It was.
Yeah.
Now, I watched that, maybe a year ago I watched it again on Blu-ray. And it really holds up. It's like a good movie. I think because of the name Miami Vice, people have a certain impression when they hear that name. And I don't think enough people gave the movie a chance.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a really good movie.
What else do we have for Jamie Foxx?
Go to the old Google machine.
He was in Spider-Man.
Was he?
He was Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the new Spider-Man, he's back. Oh, yeah.
I've not seen... The only Spider-Man I actually saw was the first one, I think.
You're going back to Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only one I've ever seen.
That was 20 years ago?
Was it really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I know there was one that came out where he was he was making a machine to shoot webs out of his hands. Is that another Spider-Man movie?
That would be all of them except for the Tobey Maguire one.
Okay. Yeah. That's the only one I remember. And there was oh wait, no, maybe I did see part of the second one, the guy with all the arms for legs. That one.
This Doc Octopus.
That's the one. Yeah.
Also back in the new Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I'm gonna have to start watching some of these movies, man. I'm really missing out. I've been watching a lot of these crazy shows on TV lately.
You've got Disney Plus, right?
I do. The only person that ever watches is our youngest listener. Gabriella is the only one that ever uses our Disney Plus account.
We'll just pretend you're in the same household.
Yes, yeah. For the Disney wardens that are watching over, yes.
So you have time now, right? You're not that busy. I mean, what do you work, like 70 hours a week?
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah, you could catch up on 24 Marvel movies. Get all up to date.
Yeah, I probably could. Guess if I really knuckle down.
Yeah. Put some effort into it. Come on.
Damn it, come on.
Do it for the show. Watch Harry Potter. Watch all the Star Wars movies. That's like 12. And then, 24 Marvel movies.
So
Then we'll do a James Bond episode. That's another 20 movies.
I did watch something with the Hobbit and the guy that says "My Precious."
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I did watch a 45 minutes of it the other couple weeks ago.
The actual movie?
The actual movie. And
Was
I was
on TV?
Yeah, there's a scene where I don't know what his name is, but he sees the ring and he's trying to get the ring from the guy, and he finally realizes the ring can make him turn invisible.
Yeah.
And that's about as far into it as I got right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just don't understand. Why is the guy's feet so big?
They're hobbits.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then there's the other guy. What's his name? Spiegel?
Spiegel, yeah.
Is he human or is he just...
Oh, he's been ravaged by the power of the ring. Turned
Okay.
into...
How did he get in possession of the ring? That's what I was trying to figure out.
How did anyone get possession of the ring? It's in the possession of a hobbit.
It's just like the ring just shows up.
Yeah. Well, if you want the prequel, that's coming out on Amazon. They're doing a whole TV series on Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And you're going to see, like, the founding of the 7 power rings.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't really know that much about it except for everything I just said. And I probably aren't going to watch it, so let's never talk about it.
Okay, ever again, please.
Ever.
Because I will say this, one more thing.
Yeah.
I had a hard time believing the scene, because when they escaped when
You
they...
were really into it for 45 minutes.
I was, and I was really trying to give it a fair shot. And, I want to be able to come on here and say, hey, I gave the movie a fair shot. And the scene where all the little hobbits get chased into the trees and all these wolves and animals are coming down to chase them out, and they're setting the trees on fire, and then all of a sudden all these big birds show up.
Yeah.
And rescue them all. And I'm like, where'd the birds come from? Like, the 1 minute that some guy with a big long beard is talking to a butterfly, and then all of a sudden, how'd the butterfly get to wherever he got so fast? And where'd the birds come from? It's like, that's it. That's my take. I guess you have to just...
I feel like we almost had another 5-minute stand-up challenge right there. Like, you developed that a little more. You got another 5-minute routine. Where'd the birds come from?
But I mean, there's these gigantic birds show up, but no one says how they get there. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I ended it right there. That's pretty much where I was done.
And that's the answer to the question, what do you think about Jamie Foxx? How did we get there?
I don't know.
So, Jamie Foxx, you basically think multi-talented, can do it all. Cast him in your next movie.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Heck yeah, definitely. Put him on your next CD.
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Whose CD would you rather have, Bruce Willis or Jamie Foxx?
Definitely Jamie Foxx.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's more hip right now. Bruce Willis is on the downhill. He's kind of on the downhill right now.
You've been to Walmart lately. I swear, the new release DVD section, Blu-ray.
It's owned by Bruce Willis.
There's like 4 Bruce Willis movies every week. Yeah. You've never heard of them. It's almost like they use the same photo on the cover of him because he doesn't change.
It's probably in his movie blueprint. Like, you have to use this photo and.
Oh yeah, and if you are unlucky enough to watch a movie, you see him for like 10 minutes because he's not really in it. It's not his movie. It's a Michael Chiklis movie. That's what it is. It just fools you. They got you to spend $9.96 at Walmart.
What's funny is that I have in my Apple Music feed now pops up Bruce Willis music and Steven Seagal music from that day that we did that show.
That's unfortunate.
You can't get rid of it. It's like Apple's like on you now. They're like, oh, you like Steven Seagal? Let's recommend all these for you.
Well, you're probably the first one who's listened to Steven Seagal.
Surprised I haven't gotten a free sampler.
I'll come and personally visit you. Hey, thank you for buying my CD. Charge me, attack me. I just picture him wanting to fight everyone.
I had read, after our show, this article about him. He's like seriously an a-hole, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So after our show, I don't know if you saw Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul was on Howard Stern. And the topic of Steven Seagal came up because Bob Odenkirk used to write on Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. And he and Conan O'Brien were two of the main writers during Steven Seagal's guest hosting stint. And this is like 1997, and he was trying to explain to Steven Seagal the Hans and Franz skit that they had written for him. Mm-hmm. And Steven Seagal wouldn't do the skit unless it was clear that he could beat those guys up. It had nothing to do with anything. He just wanted to make it clear, like, I want everyone to know I could beat these guys up.
So it may be part of that same show, but I had listened to something on Sirius XM about him. He would only agree to do some scenes in movies if he only did one take.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't go back and do another take. It had to be one take, and that was it.
There is a great compilation on YouTube. You can look it up of Steven Seagal driving. Because apparently he has no idea how to drive a car, but they always have him in movies driving a car. And because he's not an actor, he cannot fake it. It looks so bad. The other thing from that Bob Odenkirk interview, Steven Seagal wrote his own skit that they aired on the show last.
Oh, boy.
And the skit was a bunch of us stuntmen are in this room like they're in a business meeting. And none of the cast members are in the scene. It's all stuntmen. And Steven Seagal comes in and starts beating them up and throwing them through the wall and breaking tables. And then he says something about we need to save the environment and walks off.
Is he really a karate champ or anything like that?
Yeah. He is like a black belt in Aikido. Mm-hmm. Now, if you remember your martial arts, Aikido is the art of the misdirection, right? He takes your attack, handles you in such a way that he flips you and just it's almost like a defensive maneuvering.
Gotcha.
So when you see those clips, people make fun of it all the time where he's like, at a karate meet or whatever you would call it, and a bunch of people come at him and to attack him, and he's just like doing the most simplest of moves, and they go flying, and everyone's like, oh, that's so fake.
I saw a YouTube video of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. He looks like he's doing the move in slow motion. But
it looks that way, but it's real.
Yeah.
That part is real.
And the people are actually flying away from him.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them though where it looks like he legit hits somebody. I'm like, how is that guy alive still?
Because pressure points and stuff, he can grab you by your thumb and twist it in such a way that your body will just do a flip. You'll be on your back in a second.
I challenge him to come on this show.
Oh, no.
And let's do this. We will set it up right now. I'll go through every move of his.
Okay. You asked for it. Now I'm going to have to contact him. Mr. Seagal, we've got your biggest fan. He loves your CDs. He listens to your music all the time.
I have both of them. Thanks to Apple Music.
He wants to charge you. He wants to attack you. Will you come on our show?
For free.
We're going to need someone to drive him from the airport.
We'll get you some Tim Hortons.
Cappuccino?
AKA cappuccino. It's supposed to be coffee, but it's cappuccino.
Well, that's pretty much what we call What Do You Think About? What a great segment. I'm so glad we did it this week.
Yeah.
Jim, why don't you show us your shirt since we're open to that part of the show where we talk about your shirt? Boats and Hoes, presented by Prestige Worldwide.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
Step Brothers.
Yep.
And where'd you say you got the shirt?
Spencer's.
Spencer's Gifts.
Well, I don't think they're called Spencer's Gifts anymore. I think they're just called Spencer's now.
Oh, and they're still around.
Yeah, there's still one actually at the mall in Elmira, New York.
There's still a mall.
There's still a mall. Only half of it's like open, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, it sounds like most malls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like half of the mall where it's like all the stores are empty,
Yeah.
and then seems like they moved everybody to one end.
And like the weird end, right? Like the original.
Yeah, the original end.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't know. You know, malls are in decline when they're renting out space to store vehicles and boats and things like that.
Yes. So the mall in Henrietta, New York, right near here, is now like half a hospital. And I think the other half they're planning on building like an outlet mall.
Wow.
So, as they say in the business, once Sears goes under, so does the mall.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is you remember where, I can't remember, it was like back when we were going in that area, when we were going to school, it was before it was Macy's, before it was Kaufman's, it was something else.
Before Macy's, before Kaufman's.
So back in the, say...
Izzard's?
No, that was in downtown. But there was...
in the mall, too.
Yeah, they were. Maybe it was. Yeah, I think you're right. It was Izzard's, right?
Yeah.
And then it became Kaufman's, I think.
That sounds about right.
And then it got bought out by Macy's. Well, now that Macy's is closed, and now that space is rent it for your next corporate event.
Oh, nice.
So you can just sit, I guess, put some folding chairs up and
Yeah.
play a lot of Duck, Duck, Goose or Red Rover in there, I guess. It's a lot of square footage, so...
Do they still have like the mannequin set up and stuff? 'Cause-
That would be freaking creepy as all hell.
Yeah.
It's like a Saw movie in there.
We should see how much it is to rent.
Oh, yeah.
We could do a show from there.
We should. I mean, the coffee cookie shop is right across from there, so...
You had me a cookie.
You know the mall is in decline when the Verizon store closes in the mall.
Now, how is that possible?
Yeah. You know. It's
That's-
bad.
That's the only thing propping up most malls is cell phone stores.
Well, you got all those little kiosks in the middle of the mall, as you walk down through there.
They're still there selling cell phone cases.
Some are still there. Yeah, but now they have they're so low on stores that now they've moved them into smaller stores.
Right. That's when it's bad.
But those little kiosks, you go in there, you buy something, you better make sure this is going to work or fit because when you go back there, they're probably not there no more. But yeah, the mall's pretty empty. It's pretty empty now. But yeah, Spencer's, no longer Spencer's Gifts. They have a huge T-shirt collection in the front, and in the back is all your adult-themed ideas.
Okay.
So don't send your kids in there.
You wanted to talk about something. You had like this big topic you wanted to bring on to the show, and you wanted to address some people, and you wanted to get it off your chest. So go ahead, Jim.
Who do I want to address? Oh, is this about the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. YouTube TV. The greatest streaming service. Better than DirecTV and better than Dish Network. I'm going to say it right now.
All right. So your history, if we'll go over it just briefly.
Mm-hmm.
You were a Dish TV person most recently?
Most recently, we went through our contract. We were with Dish Network.
All right.
And it seemed like every month the bill went up another $20, $25, $30. I don't know. By the time it's all said and done, you'd have to ask Melly Mel's. I might be underbidding this, but I'm thinking $180, $200 a month.
Wow.
For literally infomercials and maybe a couple of the network stations. Obviously, you had your ABC, CBS, Fox, and stuff like that. And we had one movie channel. We had Stars. So I said, you know what? I actually getting some advice from you. I was like, hey, what's a good streaming service we should try? So I was looking at the reviews on Sling and all these other ones out there. And then I checked on YouTube TV. I signed up for it the one night. They gave me 2 nights. Just pay attention to this because they only give you 2 days for free. That's it. 2 days. The third day,
Wait a second. They give you 2 days free.
2 days.
Try it?
2 days for free to try it.
That's it.
That's it. On the third day, they charge your credit card.
Wow.
But I will say this: I have ABC, CBS, Fox, and I have all the local stations.
Yeah.
I have all the regular stations that I would normally have. I don't have any of the infomercial stations. And I have HBO, Cinemax, Epix Movies, and my bill was $85.
Wow.
$85.
That's incredible.
And I got to say, I'm impressed. They have a guide format that's just like your regular cable or satellite.
Do they have like on demand and or DVR type service?
They do DVR.
Okay.
As far as the on demand, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't dived into that yet.
All right. How long have you had it? More than 2 days, I know.
Yeah, I've had it for almost a week now.
7 days. So they're really charging you now.
Yeah. But you can cancel anytime you want. You can change your package anytime you want. You can add things. They have a 4K station that you can add so that your stuff is in 4K on certain stations. I haven't dived into that yet because it's $20 a month.
Okay.
And right now they only offer like 6 stations in 4K. So.
Still. You have a 4K TV?
Yep, I do have a 4K TV. So.
Can you try the 4K out for like 2 days?
I can, because you can get a trial on it for 2 days.
Give it a shot. You might love it.
But if I do add it, they'll give it to me for, I think, $9.99 for the first 12 months, and then it goes back up to $19.99.
Okay.
So I'll follow up with further reviews on this, but I got to say I'm pretty impressed.
I'm impressed that you're impressed.
Yeah, it takes a lot to impress me on these sets. But I will say, I will touch base on another subject here, too. I did cancel all of my Sirius XM.
You successfully canceled? Or?
I got confirmation emails on both cars that I canceled it. And on the first of the month, this last month, they charged my credit card and my radio is still on.
You can't get rid of it that easy.
They're like, you're not. We're like the mob. Once you're in, you're in. You're not getting out.
You're serious for life.
Yes, for life. Yeah.
You have Samsung stuff still?
I do not have any Samsung products anymore.
Okay.
I have an iPhone.
You heard about the breach.
I saw that, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Now, is it Samsung's data or their customers' data?
It's, customers.
I wonder if Melly Mel's knows.
It's like everything. They got everything.
So, I still have I'm still rocking my iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Yep.
And I also have an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Yep.
And I also have my Apple Watch. Boom.
So you're Mr. Apple.
I am going to get another iPad, I think, at some point.
All right.
But I have no Sam. This is the first time in a long time I don't have any Samsung products.
Yeah, usually you do.
Mm-hmm. I used to have Samsung. Was an S7 tablet.
Yeah.
Gave that to my kid, and it's like.
Oh,
you know?
So his data is stolen.
Yeah.
Well, you're safe.
Yeah. I'm good. Melly Mel's may want to check her phone.
Yeah, I guess the key is if you're going to change your passwords, don't do it on your phone. Mm-hmm. Stop entering passwords on your phone.
Yeah.
Maybe shut your phone off. Maybe.
Who wants to talk to anybody anymore anyways? Yeah.
So I don't have a graphic prepared, but if we're going to do Baloney Nation, and everyone loves it, so why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
The question we got this week on the hotline is, from the We Are the World music video, how many of the singers can you name?
Michael Jackson, Cyndi Lauper, Huey Lewis, Kenny Rogers, Lionel Richie. Oh my God, there's a ton of them. Bruce Springsteen's in it. Isn't one of the guys from U2 in it too? Damn. I want to jump out the window and go Cher's in it, but I don't think so. Madonna?
No.
Madonna's not in it, but Cyndi Lauper is.
Yeah.
Who cares about their fans? I'm trying to think of who else is in it.
So you got Lionel Richie.
Okay.
You got Michael Jackson, right?
Yep.
You had them. They're the two guys who basically started it. Yet, I don't know if you mentioned Quincy Jones. He's not really the singer, but he, obviously involved.
Okay. I know Bruce is in it.
You mentioned Kenny Rogers.
Yep.
You mentioned Bruce.
Yep.
You mentioned Huey Lewis, Cyndi Lauper. So you're missing about 15 people.
Damn.
That's in the soloists. Those are people who have actual singing lines. And then there's a bunch of people in the chorus.
Because Lionel starts it, if I remember right. He starts the song. And then everybody kind of has a little bit of a... Damn, I can't remember everybody's in it.
So while you're thinking of who else might have solos, I'm going to give you the chorus. Because they're not all people you would expect.
Okay.
Dan Aykroyd.
What?
Yes. Harry Belafonte.
He was a singer, though, right?
Yeah. Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac, who did Holiday Road, the theme from Vacation. Mario Cipollina from Huey Lewis and the News. Johnny Cola from Huey Lewis and the News. Sheila E.
Oh, I knew she was in it.
The other members of Huey Lewis, I won't name them, 3 people. All the Jacksons. Jackie Jackson, LaToya Jackson, Marlon Jackson, Randy Jackson, Tito Jackson.
I remember LaToya being in it.
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler's in it? I didn't know that.
Waylon Jennings. Jeffrey Osborne.
Really?
The Pointer Sisters.
What?
Smokey Robinson.
I knew Smokey was in it. I knew Smokey was in it. Because when Smokey sings... Hey, I'm here all week, folks. Here all week.
Hey-o. All right, so there's one last member of the chorus, and once I give this name, you should then get the name of someone who sings. John Oates.
Oh, Hall & Oates.
Yes, Daryl Hall. All right, so there's some big names out here.
Man, it sounds like Huey Lewis is repping it in this song.
Oh, they got all the news. And if you're going to do something like this, you got to get all the news.
Yeah.
You don't want like half the news.
Yeah. Yeah, because never mind. We don't do politics and religion on this show. If you're only doing half the news, you're Fox. Hey!
You could have put any cable company in there.
Yeah.
The joke still works.
Yeah, it still works.
All right, come on. I think you're stalling for time, and you're out of time.
I don't remember who the rest of them are. You're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be like, "What? Seriously?"
Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Paul Simon.
Oh my God, I knew that was in there. Just don't call me Al.
Tina Turner.
I'm trying to remember her part.
Billy Joel.
Oh my God.
These are the biggest stars of the 80s.
Yes.
Diana Ross.
Oh, I knew Diana Ross was in it.
Dionne Warwick.
Oh yeah, yeah, because she has a whole chorus by herself.
Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah.
Al Jarreau.
I should have known all these.
Your all-time favorite, Kenny Loggins.
Yes.
Steve Perry.
Yep, they all have solos, all of them.
Kim Carnes.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Bob Dylan.
Let's be honest, Bob Dylan's in it. You're not really, you're not really gonna understand what he's saying.
And Jim. Ray Charles. We just talked about him.
Man, my music form is off today.
So
it's just cappuccino.
It's something like 46 people. I think you got 6, right? We're going to say 6? 6 out of 46?
We could say, let's go on a curve. I'll go 10.
Oh, I can't go 10. I'll go 7.
All right, go 7. I'll take 7.
All right, that was pretty good. Not your responses, but I mean,
That's a good question. That was a good question.
Good question. That was tough.
I was not expecting a USA for Africa, We Are the World song from way back when. I was not expecting that today.
Do you know who turned it down? Now, this is obviously tough because I don't think you would know, but
No.
you could probably guess.
Who would turn this down?
Prince.
Oh. Prince.
Do you want to guess someone else who turned it down?
Madonna.
Well, possibly, but it's not listed here.
Let's just throw her out there. We'll just throw her in there.
It fits. This person fits because an actor turned it down. Who probably had a hit song, probably for the only time in his life, around the same time.
So 80s.
Yeah, like 84.
Eddie
85.
Murphy.
You got it. You just totally redeemed yourself.
Well, he likes to party all the time.
He
So he
does.
doesn't have time for that stuff.
That was his one song. Eddie Murphy supposedly said afterwards, he realized what it was and he felt like a real idiot for not doing it.
And you should.
Yeah. He could have been Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy all over again.
Yeah. Your Coming to
48
America
hours.
remake would have been a box office smash if you were in We Are the World. People would have remembered that.
Yep.
Instead, they were like, oh, Coming to America's coming back out again? He wasn't in We Are the World, so we don't care.
So We Are the World opens with Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers, James Ingram, Tina Turner, and Billy Joel.
Man.
And it ends with Bob Dylan and Ray Charles.
Just the cast. The cast alone is...
It's incredible. Makes you wonder, like, why... I guess, you know, it's happened before or since, but never like this. Like, you're not seeing the biggest stars in music come together like that.
No, because they're all selfish now. They don't care. They're all, how many Tic Tac views do I have? And
Well, I'm going to try to make a salient point. And how about the use of salient on the show? First time,
Ooh.
probably.
yeah, I like that.
I want to make a salient point that music today is so diverse. I don't know if you could get everyone in one song. Like back then, it was okay. We got pop and country, and they go together. Mm-hmm. How would Eminem fit in with Taylor Swift and the biggest stars? I don't know how they would fit together.
Just how funny would it be to throw Kanye in the middle of all that? I'm sorry, Yeezy into the middle of all that.
Well, if they threw him in, they would probably also throw him out.
Ay.
All right. I think that's our show.
I think it's a great show. We're still here. The studio hasn't blown over. You wouldn't tell it's windy in here because the trees in here are fake. They don't move.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah.
I was saving that news for when we do our tour, but there goes that big reveal.
Oh, man.
All right. I guess goodbye. Take
Goodbye,
it easy.
everyone. Peace.
See you later. Try the veal.
No veal.